Good morning. And welcome to the Husband's Review. We're on Crystal Cruise. We've been on the cruise for how long so far?
Boy, oh boy, good question. I think 4 nights.
Oh, yeah. And this is our second night at our second port. But we're going to talk to you about the first port. But before we even do that, we're going to talk to you about what we think about the cruise so far. So, Tom, what do you think so far? How's it been?
It's been an interesting cruise. I think what was good about it, we changed, those of you who didn't get Chris's comments from earlier, we left from Barcelona vice Lisbon. And while that caused a bit of panic for a lot of folks, including us, to change our air flights from Lisbon out of London to Barcelona. Barcelona, for those of you who have been there, and we were there before, it's a great town to visit. And we had a nice visit there, and then we spent a night and a day there, sort of, and then pulled out later.
We went to the fish market.
Yeah, had some oysters.
Had some ice cream that was delicious.
And we also watched there was a very large political get-together on the streets of downtown Barcelona. A lot of drum beating, a lot of people yelling, screaming. But I don't know, some people said there were 20,000 folks. I guess the elections are coming up. So that was kind of interesting too. And also the folks out, Black Friday is a big day in Spain at the stores, or even around here too. I guess it's, they don't have Thanksgiving, but everybody now has Black Friday around the world. And all the stores had signs saying Black Friday.
So many signs that you couldn't even tell the name of the store because everything had a Black Friday placket or something on it.
Yeah, and we did some shopping. It was kind of fun because the place was packed downtown Barcelona. But I think that's the thing, you don't have malls and that sort of thing. It's still lots of stores along the streets and the alleys, and so that was fun.
Okay, so far on the cruise, on a scale of 1 to 10, let's see, what do you think about the food so far?
It's been fine, except there's been some down notes, which usually we don't have. So that's kind of different. We've been upgraded to a small suite vice our usual regular stateroom. So we now get a butler, and we also get what are they, little canapes in the afternoon. Those have sucked.
You asked for them.
Yeah, we've gotten them. They weren't worth it.
So scale of 1 to 10?
I'd still give them an 8, no matter what.
I'd give them an 8
because we had a bad cocktail too.
Right. Yeah.
So we're whiners.
And what can we say? And then even not to whine. I think what it is we've been. Someone has explained to us after coming out of dry dock, we're the first clients on Crystal. They revamped different areas of the ship. We'll talk about that later, but that's all beside the point. And everything didn't get done, and I think it affected the staff and it affected some of the restaurants. So, for instance, the beef bar that everybody's been raving about online, it was good, but it wasn't what we expected.
True.
And we were told that it was because of the dry dock situation. So we're going to try them again later.
And I will say this: we went to Beef Bar for late breakfast this morning, not because we wanted beef. It's where late breakfast is if you don't make early breakfast.
Right.
Had some exceptional French toast. Yeah. So things are getting better.
Right. So I mean, it was good, but I give it about the same. I will say this to step away from the food. It has been a great cruise as far as meeting people. I mean, the people are very talkative and they're very welcoming, and it used to be you could go a week, you would meet people, but it's that kind of soft meeting where you really just a hi thing. And now every time we go somewhere, it's like, hi Chris, hi Tom, y'all want to come and sit with us for dinner? Or tonight we're having dinner with friends. I'm going to say cruise friends. But so that part of it has been great. Now, since we've been talking for 4 minutes and 39 seconds, and that's pretty long, thoughts on Madeira, the first stop?
Our first stop was Madeira. I thought it was kind of a fascinating island, and that volcanic out of the ocean. But they get enough rain, covered in trees, and lots of just deep valleys, tall mountains, I'll call them, instead of just hills, because it's a long way up. You can be on the coast of Madeira. It may be a very nice day. You go inland up into the high peaks, it will be rain. Could even be snow on the tall peaks. So it's a little of everything on the island. We also had a good visit. We took a 4x4 on some back roads of Madeira, so we've seen a little more. We didn't see much of the town, really. We left town and went out, and so it was good just to do that as something different.
And I would say, as someone my only fear is heights. This 4x4 excursion, because it was a convoy of us, probably about 5 of them.
Yeah.
We were, and Tom and I got lucky. It was just me, Tom, and a new friend, Martin. We had a Jeep to ourselves, other than the person that was telling us about the island. It was absolutely beautiful. But if you're afraid of heights, you may be thousands of feet up and no side railing, and you're driving on mud. So the whole time as I'm holding the, as we call it in Texas, oh shit bar, I'm praying, but I'm looking around, and it's absolutely beautiful. We went to a winery that's set perched on the highest of hill. It seemed like they explained to us, because of the way they grow their grapes, they grow them on, I guess you would call them steep steps.
Well, it's very steep hillside, so they cut in a little, and their little flat area in the hillside. So
right.
But it's still, as you get farther up the hill, they just plant them directly into the hill itself. And as Chris was mentioning to some folks earlier, you actually lay down to harvest the grapes and get under them, because it is so steep there that you can't really stand up and do anything.
So yeah, and to even, I'll post some pictures along with this video of Madeira. But not only do you lay down to pick the grapes, I don't even understand how you get to them to pick them, because it's just odd. It's beautiful, but it's odd, and I'm sure it's a difficult thing. We had a wine tasting, and
Ooh.
we learned a lot about wine.
Don't go Madeira for the wine,
right.
Unless you're going for the Madeira wine itself, not the other stuff they're trying to now grow and market and that sort of thing.
Right.
It's still very new,
right,
and it tasted very new.
And I have to say this: the one thing that we, when you're talking wine, you talk about the tannins and the different things when it comes to wine. There's one thing, a description that they used that everybody was like, "Oh, we've never heard that before." It's called an oily white, or an oily white wine, and oily white means it's petrol. Is that how you describe it?
Benzene was what he described it as.
Right. It tastes like oil. And I guess that's something that some people look for, but I've never tasted it before. Never experienced. I've tasted the plums and the everything else that's in wine. And when he mentioned this and passed it around and poured into people's glasses, and we tasted it, it was oily. It literally tastes like
There was
a wine made from oil. But so Madeira was beautiful. Today we're in, I can't pronounce it, so go ahead, Tom.
We're in the Canary Islands. Today we're on the island of Lanzarote in the city of Arrecife. And there are 7 islands in the Canaries, and I'll just mention this quickly. And there's sort of a Gulf Stream kind of effect, even though it's not the regular Gulf Stream where we are. It's an Arctic stream coming down through the middle of the Canary Islands. And if you're on one side of the stream, you get lots of rain, because you have cold waters coming down into warm waters, and they mix and create storms. If you're on this side where we are today, it's very dry, and the islands being volcanic originally, and they're just sort of black, dusty islands with not a heck of a lot growing. It's around. It's even a very stark desert, if you want to think of it as that.
Yeah, it's kind of Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome-ish.
Yeah.
When we pulled in, I looked out and I was like, "Do people really live out there?" And it could be that also it's a Sunday, so a lot of things are closed. But you take a bus from the port, and they drop you off at a indoor-outdoor mall. And we walked around the mall, and it's kind of typical, like our malls at home, Zara, Levi Strauss store, and then things that are particular to the area. But after you leave the mall, there's not much. Tom said, "Take a picture." I'm like, "Oh, what am I going to take a picture of?" I'll take a picture from the boat. Not very much, but in saying that, as I told Tom, I still feel blessed to be able to experience it and to see it, but it's not very much. But hey, but all in all, I think my closing thoughts are, Crystal, still, the customer service is still amazing. I think there's a couple of hiccups that are happening, and I'm going to blame that on their dry dock. But these hiccups, I think if you haven't experienced Crystal before, and you went through these hiccups that we've gone through with the beef bar, with the drink, you would still think, wow, this is extremely top notch. So they're still up there with that.
I will note one quick thing. This is a health and wellness cruise.
Oh, I forgot about
though
that.
you would not believe that most people are not taking part in the health and wellness part.
I took part in the wellness. Tom is doing the health. I've made a bracelet. I don't have it. I will show you because they're having art classes. Yesterday I went to watercolor, which is the first bracelet class. I was not happy, but hey, I said I'm going to keep trying this. The watercolor class was fantastic. Today I think we're doing clay classes. So I'm doing the mental health. Tom is doing the
physical health, trying to lose weight, even stretch. I go to breathing in the morning and an early morning sort of yoga stretch thing, which is great as the sun comes up as we're on the bow of the ship wherever we're headed. But it's just moving things around and trying to do some of these things. And certainly I think it just helps to stretch, period. And then later in the afternoon, I go up to the gym and get on the treadmill and lift some weights and that sort of thing. So far it's doing well. Problem is, I went to a lecture yesterday afternoon and I fell asleep. What can I say?
We went to a comedian last night.
Should have fallen asleep.
I almost fell asleep. The only thing that stopped me from falling asleep or leaving was, and it was 50-50 because we're tired, and also the comedian, I feel bad saying this, but the comedian
was dull.
Yeah, he was kind of dull. But you don't, even a dull comedian, you don't want to get up and leave because they will call you out. And you don't call me out because I have a quick snap back, and it probably would have been the funniest thing of the night. So, so we sat there until it was over.
No, and we talked to the guy we were going on the trip with yesterday, Martin. He's Dutch, and he had also gone to the comedy show with some folks he had dinner with. And he said to us this morning, he said, "Well, I just figured I didn't understand the jokes because I was Dutch." No, it had nothing to do with it. They were bad jokes.
I'm trying to think of the best joke that he told, and I draw a blank.
Oh, well.
And that explains the comedy show.
Yeah.
But, so we're off till tomorrow. We will be in
another part of the Canaries. I don't remember which island, but we will be there and we'll report on it.
Tom's going scuba diving. I'm not going with him. So if I come home alone, y'all know what happened. I told them. And last thing I'm going to say, I have been working out. You see that? That's from pulling the slots. So I have been doing some of the health part too.
The money's gone already. It's only been 4 days and we're broke.
It was free credits. I used the credits. I haven't used the money yet. The money that is coming next. Okay. Anyway, guys, y'all have a good day. I hope everything's fantastic out there for you. If you haven't tried Crystal Cruise, you should try Crystal Cruises, or you should just try cruising, not to a beach. There's some beautiful, beautiful places out there in the world. Got anything to say?
That's it for now.
Okay. Bye.